Welcome, WrestlingFigs.com. Tim Ash here with Dolph Ziggler. Dolph, how you doing today?
Doing great, man. How you doing?
I'm good. We're at Comic-Con 2013 now. You love Comic-Con. You're walking around. You're seeing the fans. What is it about Comic-Con that you enjoy?
More than anything, like in life, I just like people watching everyone in their element, having a blast. And whether you're at WrestleMania Access, Super Bowl weekend, or Comic-Con, everyone's here to have a great time and just check out what everyone else is wearing, doing, seeing what's going on. And so it's a blast. Everybody's happy to be here, which is cool.
Well, you know, superheroes, wrestling, it kind of combines together because everybody is in the wrestling business, like yourself, is a hero to a lot of fans out there, a lot of kids out there, a lot of girls, of course. You know, so it's a great fit. So what is your favorite thing at Comic-Con that you've seen so far besides the fans?
Oh, wow. My favorite thing to do personally here is to find the Adult Swim booth or the Comedy Central booth or the Archer booth for FX. But I love cartoons. I love Adult Swim, and they're always here with the booths, T-shirts, people walking around. So that's the part I look forward to the best. I don't really know the comic side that much. But my ex, AJ, was very into comics, so I got a little bit of a couple of earfuls on a couple drives, so I'm kind of caught up, but not really hip. So.
Okay. Well, we'll get to AJ in a minute, but right now I want to talk about you, because it's all about you right now, and you being the show-off, you being, you know, one of the best workers now in WWE, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinions out there. You put your body on the line. Your bumps are insane. I mean, it's great. It goes back to an old school kind of feel for me. What is it like having a figure made of you right now?
When you get into this business, whether you love it or wanted to do it since you were 5 years old like myself, there's different milestones that go, wow, I made it to the WWE roster. Wow, I have a championship match. Wow, I have a title. And there's all these things. Being in the video game, getting an action figure, it's no matter how many years you've been doing it and how much you love it and going out there every single night, when someone goes, here's your action figure that I bought the other day, it still goes, really? I have this? And someone didn't make it in their basement? This is a real thing that sold and people bought it? Like, that's, it's not just a milestone, it just goes, wow, I'm part of this culture now in history. Like, this really happened. This isn't a dream. And it goes to show sometimes your hard work will pay off with an action figure or kids dressing up as you or something, and it's a pretty cool deal.
So it's kind of surreal.
It honestly, right now, it's unreal. Like, oh, cool, here's your newest figure. Like, there's other ones. This is crazy. It's as good as it gets when you're out here entertaining for fans and they can actually have something of you to take home.
Well, speaking of your newest figure, this is the Elite 24 that's going to be coming out. Has not been debuted. This is the debut of it, so they're just now showing it with the title. If you guys can see that, it's pretty cool. It's got a good resemblance. Look at that. Yeah. What do you think about it so far?
I wish I had that world championship to hold up in my other hand so we could look like twinsies, but no, that's unreal. Like, I love standing out, and I started wearing a T-shirt on the back of my trunks, and now it's on my action figure for real. So, and to be fair, I do open my mouth pretty wide a lot, so that's classic me. Next time, maybe put a little black underneath. I like to have a little bit of roots showing. No big deal, but it's you know, it's pretty shredded like me. It makes sense, and it's honestly cool to have some, not just have a figure, but to actually have it based on who you really are. It's every year it's more real, and it's honestly, I have a T-shirt hanging off my waist, and that really happens in real life. This is crazy.
Now I'm going to ask you about the T-shirt, because on the message boards, a lot of people are wondering, there's a connection or a resemblance to Saved by the Bell. Is that something you came up with, WWE came up with, or is it even a resemblance, or set the record straight for us?
My first ever T-shirt just said perfection and like DZ on it, and it was awful, and no one wanted it, and after that, I actually got to put some feedback into, here's an idea I have. I kind of stole LMFAO's font, which I'm a big fan of LMFAO, and I love zebra print, I love leopard print, and you can only have so many things to where it doesn't ruin a T-shirt. So a lot of people have told me it resembles Saved by the Bell, which I honestly had no idea. I watched it growing up, and I didn't even think of it. But I just like to stand out, have it be cool, get some leopard or zebra in there somewhere just to be different than everybody else, and have it still look cool, and you can pull it off. And if you're wearing this out, you don't know that it's a wrestling T-shirt. You just know it's a cool T-shirt. And so it's like that's the main aspect I like to. Something that makes people laugh, stealing the show, and the other side's stealing your girlfriend. Both of them are pretty true. So
that's good. Now, it's a long way on figures from the Spirit Squad to this. Yeah. So what was it like coming up being a Spirit Squad and you now being a former champion?
Being the Spirit Squad was good and bad. When I first heard about it, it kind of hurt my feelings, and then it eventually grew into we have weekends for months and months where we wrestled DX and got to learn from those guys every single night, got to have fun, got to be in the ring with Shawn Michaels and kind of dictate the pace with him, and it was that's surreal. So it didn't end so great for everybody, but at least it got a couple of our feet in the door, and we got to have a good time. We got to be out there with legends. We had a blast, and it ended very abruptly, but got my foot in the door, and now since then it put a bigger chip on my shoulder to not just go out there and want to be better than everyone else. I had to prove for 2 years now, and I'll still hear it once in a while, some kind of cheerleader remark or something, just makes me want to go out there and be that much better to put that out of their head.
Right. So you paid your dues and respect.
I feel like in this day and age where no one really pays their dues,
well,
I kind of did a little, yeah.
And you know, talking about legends, for you, do you collect figures at all? No?
I really don't collect them, but it's really cool that we have such a great relationship with Mattel where they're constantly giving us toys and giving us feedback and letting us know. So I have my guys around my house, mostly at my parents' house. My mom loves going to the store and buying them, so she has fun having them, and it's fun to see them. And honestly, it blows my mind every time I see them. Just I'm not an actual collector, but it's pretty cool to see the deal.
Well, for the Wrestling Figs fans out there, one last question for you. I know you got to get out of here because you got the panels and stuff going on. If you could put yourself with another figure, any legend from the past, and do a 2-pack, who would it be?
Late 90s Shawn Michaels, because my dream has been to somehow late 90s Shawn and me right now, two people I can kind of pretty close to the peak of their career of just getting going and being so good and wanting to show everybody up every single night. To go head to head with him would be a dream come true. So that'd be pretty neat.
That's awesome. Well, thanks for your time. Hope you enjoyed Comic-Con. We look forward to seeing that title around your waist soon.
One of these days,
thanks.
coming back.
Take care. We'll be back with more coverage from Comic-Con 2013.